Mom, I'm so glad that you are here tonight because I would like to tell you a story. Our family came to America, courtesy of me, Frieda Rose Tapper. I was only 14 years old, without a single memory of anything good ever happening for me. Then suddenly, something did.
Can you believe it, Frieda? Mila, the daughter of the most prosperous butcher in the village, has a ticket to emigrate to America.
But Papa, she doesn't want to go because she is secretly in love with her violin teacher, your cousin Petka.
But that secret came out the night they were discovered in the haystack, fiddling around and making hay.
What can they do? Who is rich enough in Czechoslovakia Garbania to pay the butcher's dowry?
I had been praying to God. As much as I love my family, I hated to think that this was going to be my life. Don't tell anybody, but I even started praying to my patron saint, Saint Tatiana.
Frieda, we're Jews. Why are you praying to a saint? You can pray until your gums bleed without so much of a kopeck falling your way.
No, Frieda's smart and deserves a better life. I offered the butcher a dowry of a dolia barley, 2 goats, and a cup of samovar.
Papa, that samovar has been in our family since the reign of Tsar Alexander II.
So she'll come back from America rich and buy us a new samovar.
Frieda, I've sewn you a burlap bag to put your clothes in.
And I bought you a ticket in steerage on the ship to New York, America. And I'm giving you a letter of introduction to a cousin in Chicago, America, which is very close to New York, America.
You'll need your birth certificate. And here are 13 rubles. Make sure to hide them in your underwear.
Aaron, my son, what are you doing? You're reciting the Kaddish for your sister? That's the prayer for the dead. Don't you ever learn anything in shul?
I was a semi-literate teenager with little knowledge of anything. Suddenly, I was tossed into an open ox cart and driven for 3 weeks, frightened and frozen, to Hamburg, Germany. Oh, I tried not to think that I might never see my family again. You see, the Tsar's law says Jews are allowed to leave, but we can never come back. After a tearful goodbye to my family, I had a long journey ahead of me. I started on an ox cart from my village to Kiev, and then a freezing cold train ride to Hamburg, and finally a voyage to New York. I experienced terrible seasickness on that voyage in steerage on the ship called the Fatherland. It was not as romantic as the steerage depicted in the Titanic. My final destination was to reach a distant cousin in Chicago. When I arrived in New York, I had no English and no money. So I fast talked my way into a waitress position on the Fatherland. Then after several trips from Boston to New York, I finally had enough money for a first-class rail ticket to Chicago. The train ride, oh, that was another revelation. Well, sure, I grew up on the farm in the old country, but in America, oh, the crops grew as high as trees, and the tractors were shiny and new. And the food, oh, the food. It was White Castle and pizza pie. Chinese food. Finally, I arrived in Chicago and met my very American cousin, Katya.
Your apartment. It's so beautiful. Like a mansion.
You ain't seen nothing yet, kid. Let's get you and your bag into my room.
This is your room?
Yours too now.
This bed. It's so fluffy and cozy and so much to look at. This Victrola with all those records, photos of movie stars on your walls, and the clothes. Are these all your clothes?
This is so great. We're about the same size. Try this on.
Really?
Of course. I'm so happy you're here.
Why do you have 2 beds?
It's my sister Bonnie's. She's away at college.
Can't wait to meet her.
She won't be back till next year. Oh my god, you look adorable. Keep it.
No, I can't.
It's yours.
Thank you. It's so beautiful.
Please. I have so many clothes. You should see my mother's wardrobe. I don't know how we're gonna get rid of them.
Maybe you could give them to some poor people?
Aw, you're such a thoughtful person.
I'm so sorry about your mom.
Thanks. I'm so happy I finally have someone my age to play with. I can't wait to go out in one of those sexy, shimmery, low-cut flapper dresses that is all the rage right now.
Your father's never going to let you wear that.
He doesn't care what I do.
Sure he does.
After Mom died, he stopped talking to me.
I'm sure he'll come around. A death in the family is a terrible thing to get over.
It happened so fast. She had a sore throat. Then she couldn't swallow. Then she couldn't talk. He rushed her to the hospital with the cancer.
You poor thing.
My mommy's gone. Forever.
That must have been so hard on you.
It was awful. We've been mourning for months. Which is why I want to have some fun. That's why I'm so excited you came. I'm so lonely. There's nobody here my age.
Okay. We could go out sometimes.
Great. There's a speakeasy right down the block from us.
They're not going to let us in. We're just kids.
Do these boobies look like they belong to a kid?
Oh, no. I'm too scared to go to a speakeasy. Oy vey. There might be gangsters there.
Don't worry. We'll find someplace fun to go. And maybe even find you a husband.
My cousin Katya always wanted to go to a speakeasy. Oh, but having heard about all the gangsters in Chicago, I was just too scared. So we compromised and we went to a dance at the Pulaski Social Club. The official drink there was lemonade. It was prohibition after all. But if you put down some folding money, the bartender would pour you a shot of watered down bourbon. I met Samuel Ross there, a successful tailor who spoke 5 languages, even though he was very serious. I married him. I feared the marriage would be very dull. Oh boy, was I wrong. On our honeymoon, he took me to downtown Chicago to see the Wrigley Building, a gleaming white 27-story skyscraper. Oh, Sam said, "See that building? Mr. Wrigley built it selling chewing gum." Oh my God, I said. How much is chewing gum in America? It's cheap, he says, but everybody chews it. I found that funny and odd. Oh, we enjoyed taking long walks in Chicago. We saw all kinds of people. One day, during our walk, a bird pooped on Sam's fedora. Sam shook his fist and he yelled at the bird. But I laughed and laughed until I couldn't stop, and then I got the hiccups. Sam enjoyed hearing me laugh so much that he started looking around for people that he could say funny things about to make me laugh and get the hiccups, which then made him laugh too. So one day on our walk, a tall, beautiful woman walked past. Look at her, I said. Think she's a model or an actress? I don't know, Sam replied. But with a face like that, she'll never have to scrub toilets. Oh, throughout our years together, in good times and in bad, Samuel could always make me laugh. Together, we had 6 children, 3 boys and 3 girls, beautiful children. And so, on these very simple threads, a 55-year marriage was woven. After all, Samuel was a tailor. Well, thank you for joining me tonight and listening to my story. Good night.